Okay, this is take one. It should be okay. Right, let's do it. Okay. Hello everyone. I started a bit already, didn't I? That's okay. This is a very different video from what I'm normally doing. As you know, the videos that I normally do, I've got the the models on display, and I've got some music in the background. And don't get me started on the Alice in Wonderland stuff. Believe me, by the time I got to the last video, that song was stuck in my head all the time, and it was so annoying. Not to say anything horrible to the person who made that song. I was very grateful for that, because they didn't copyright me. Anyway, I thought I'd actually do a video because I wanted to show two things and then have a really heart-to-heart talk about something that recently happened that I heard about. So let's go straight to showing off a model. Now, I don't know if you can fully see, but this is the Play Arts. See if I can actually read it. So, yeah, believe me, I'm so used to not being in front of the camera. Believe me. The Play Arts Kai. That's it. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. And obviously, it is of Arkham Knight's Harley Quinn, and as you can see, it's going to have one of those really nice boxes. I mean, look at that. Can't every box be like that? You can, you can just open it up and it's like opening a present at Christmas. It's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, this is basically one of my really nice costumes of Harley. And as hopefully you can sort of see, there are others. Obviously, there is the Arkham Knight. Of course, we have. Very sure we have Batman. Obviously, number 4 is obviously Harley, but I know that there is a Batman one. That one I don't actually have. But here's something I also want to show that I got a few months ago. Originally, I wasn't going to get this, but then when I actually looked at the actual model itself and saw the pictures and saw it in the box, I thought, yeah, and you're gonna see why. I have, of course, the Joker of the Living Dead doll. Now, how can you not like that face? Don't that generally put a smile on your face? Now, obviously, some people would be creeped out by it, but I'm not. I like it. So, I mean, yeah, just take a moment and just look at that. You look at that long enough, you're like, yeah. And of course, when you add it with one of my all-time favourites, and we're going to get into it. Imagine that in your cabinet. I love that view of them together. Isn't that something? Now, obviously, the very first video I did, if anyone has been seeing these videos, was obviously of Harley, very first one, which inspired the channel. Can you actually believe that? This very Living Dead doll inspired the channel, which will bring me to my next moment. I recently found out today, at the time of this recording, that a very wonderful actor had passed. I found out this morning, like other people did, that Arleen Sorkin, I'm hoping I'm going that correctly, I hope I got her last name right, has passed. She was 67 years old. Now, of course, not everyone's going to know who that is, but of course, just by showing that, you know exactly who that was. This was Arleen Sorkin in animation, because for a lot of us, that's who she was. She was the living embodiment, if I say that correctly, of Harley Quinn. She voiced her in the animated series. That's when I got first introduced to the Batman animated series. Is I loved Kevin Conroy, R.I.P. Because I mean, yeah, we know we've even probably still now we're still feeling feelings about it. The great Mark Hamill playing as Joker. Who could play Joker better? As far as I'm concerned, no one. These characters came to life because of these amazing voice actors, and she was up there with them. Now, obviously, yes, she did other things, but Harley is, I think, is where her true legacy is, especially for me and for a lot of people. That any of us that were growing up in the 90s and watched the Batman animated series got to hear a wonderful, charming, and funny voice. She created that. Without that voice, I don't think Harley could be as popular. It needed to be her. I think I read about it with like Bruce Timm, who created Harley. That it was based on Arleen. Now, of course, I never got to meet her. I was kind of hoping that at some point in the future, if I go to a convention, I might, and I'd probably take this with me and meet, Bruce Timm, have him sign it, have her sign it too. Probably somewhere and so I could keep it and remember, because as you know, I do other videos trying other things, sort of allowing the model speak for itself. That's the whole point. Now I know that some of the my views have been in Mexico. Gracias. It's the only Mexican I know, so sorry about that. But for me, when I found out, I was at a loss for words, because Harley means a great deal to me, because I feel that I can connect with her, especially with that very version of Harley. That you feel that you're in a difficult relationship. I mean, the relationship doesn't have to be a person. It could be a place. It could be a time. It could be anything. It could be an environment, and you feel that the world is against you. That's what Joker was. Essentially, Joker was doing the things he did, and Harley was trying to see the fun behind it, and always staying positive no matter what situation. And I think that's how I would want to view it, the world, and that's how I think other people do. Is that she is a grown up but has a childlike personality. And I think with things that have been going on in the world, I mean, we know what about the time of this video, a lot of stuff is going on. That we need the fun stuff. We need the whimsical, the joyful stuff. You don't need to act your age all the time. I don't think you need to, because it feels like if you do, then you're serious all the time, and that you feel miserable because everything is serious. You need that sort of a moment, and especially when growing up, Batman animated series, that was very impactful for me. One of my favourite cartoons, and I didn't start collecting Harley Quinn stuff till a bit later on. I think it was when I actually went and got this, and I bought the other one. At that moment, I was like, I would love to have a cabinet, and you can probably see in the background I do have a cabinet of a lot of stuff. You probably remember one of the videos of a certain little lovely thing. Of course, I've not been doing many videos. It's around the time for sort of, real world stuff. But not to get off topic too late. I'd like to take this, as I'm going to take the closing off. My heart goes out to her family, My heart goes out to her friends, the loved ones that knew her, truly. And I would say, agree that whenever they hear her voice, playing the voice, doing the voice for Harley Quinn, that she loved what she was doing. She loved every minute of it, and we loved it as well, just to hear her. Every time I'd hear her voice, I even hear it now in my head. Her saying some of her lines, even her first lines that she ever says. It is the laugh, eh, Mr. J? First lines. Who knew that she would have such an impact? Now, of course, not everyone's going to have a connection with Harley the way some of us do, growing up in the 90s, but still, without her voice being a major impact for the character, I don't think Harley would ever be what she is now. And so we do have to show a lot of respect and honour to what she's given us. She's given us essentially the animated version of herself, her personality, her happiness. And so I'm going to say that I'm going to miss her. Didn't know her personally, but through Harley Quinn, I think we all knew her. So if she's able to hear me from beyond, I'd like to say thank you. And I'd also like to thank her family for bringing such an amazing, wonderful person into the world, to then have such a wonderful and amazing impact on our lives. For all of us that got to hear, to watch, to read about Harley Quinn. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Please, if you can, send it out to her family so that they can sort of see what a wonderful impact she had, even for me. I mean, I've got a very small channel, very few subscribers, but I do have to give thanks for inspiring me for this. So this is Harley Cat saluting to the Queen of Diamonds. Rest in peace, Arleen Sorkin. You will be missed, but you will forever be loved and cared. Bye, everybody.